Even in something as fraternal as international sports, Egypt simply can't help but expose its Islamic credentials. Check out this video. I'll translate it afterward. What you just saw is the Egyptian soccer team engaged in a pre-game prayer. Is it something like, "Dear Allah, please make sure no one gets hurt and may the best team win"? No. Their prayer begins by cursing Christians and Jews and culminates by repeating, 3 times no less, a special condemnation against Christians for their grave sin in believing that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. It gets worse. The Egyptian soccer team recited these curses not because it happens to be radical, but because Islam is radical. I know, shocker, isn't it? You see, their curses and condemnations are verbatim quotes from Islam's holy book, the Quran, believed to contain Allah's words. So their prayer begins by reciting the opening chapter of the Quran. Quote, "Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have incurred your wrath, or of those who are gone astray." According to normative Islamic interpretation, those upon whom Allah has bestowed favor are, of course, the Muslims. Those who have incurred Allah's wrath and were turned into pigs and swine and monkeys are the Jews. And those who are gone astray are the Christians. Keep in mind, this imprecation against Christians and Jews is recited millions, if not billions of times every single day by Muslims around the world, because it is a part of the Quran's opening prayer. And then you bring them to live side by side with you in the West and wonder what could go wrong. But I digress. In the video you just saw, that verse condemning Christians and Jews is only recited once. 2 other verses are recited 3 times in a row. The first is from Quran chapter 112. It reads as follows. "Say, He is Allah, who is one. He neither begets nor is he born, nor does he have any equal." The second is from Quran chapter 5. "Infidels are they who say, Allah is one in a trinity. There is only one God. If they do not stop saying this, the infidels will be afflicted with a painful torment." It doesn't take a genius to know that these 2 verses, recited with much fervor 3 times by the Egyptian soccer team, as you saw, are a direct attack on Christian teaching, specifically that Jesus Christ was God incarnate, and that the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit make up a Trinity. But of all the verses in the Quran, why, pray tell, did the Egyptian soccer team choose these highly anti-Christian verses to recite during their pre-game prayers? Why? Because they were playing against Christian teams, of course, and had to remind themselves that they were playing against enemies, Christian infidels, they who dare claim Allah has a son, they who must be afflicted with a painful torment. So much for the World Cup being an occasion for international camaraderie and good sportsmanship, eh? At any rate, now you know what every observant Muslim, who is invited into and benefits off the West, thinks about those who built Western civilization, namely Christians. They are enemies who deserve to be tormented for their blasphemies. Is it any wonder that Egypt's all-Muslim team thinks so, too? Again, not because it's radical, but because Islam is radical. It's the only world religion whose core scriptures, the Quran and Hadith, condemn the gospel message. From here, it should be obvious why, wherever Muslims live in the West, those whom they see as Christians, namely all Westerners, are attacked, exploited, raped, sometimes killed, and their churches are routinely vandalized and torched. Because the infidels must be tormented until they learn that Allah is one. He neither begets nor is he born. Now I'd like to draw your attention to another point connected to the Egyptian soccer team's prayer. A little known but intimately related fact. For years, human rights organizations have been accusing Egypt of preventing its Christian citizens, the Copts, the most native inhabitants of Egypt, from playing on any of its soccer teams. In light of the video we just watched, do you still think this is a mere accusation or an obvious reality? Do you think that a Muslim team that finds solidarity by praying together against Christians will want a filthy, misguided Christian infidel playing alongside them? What would that do for morale? Despite their prayers and imprecations against Christian infidels, a Christian team, Argentina, just defeated Egypt. But wait, it gets even better. Instead of accepting it gracefully, and as might be expected, the head coach of Egypt, Hassan Hassan, just went on a tirade about how, get this, the world isn't fair. Watch. Again, I'll translate afterwards.
لسه الحياة ولسه العالم not fair. The world not fair. بس الفير حتى مش في الحياة العادية. مفيش فير في الكرة. مفيش فير في الرياضة. مفيش. أنا مش مقتنع بالمباراة. مقتنع بفرقتي إنه قده، لكن أنا مش مقتنع باللي حصل في المباراة. ومش هتكلم كلام يعني متزوق واقول يعني هارد لاك جود ريزايلت فور ارجنتين. لا مش هقول كده خالص. هقول ان احنا اتظلمنا النهارده بفعل فاعل، فوز غير مستحق للارجنتين، وانا بوعد انا بعد ما ارجع النهارده مش هتفرج على كرة القدم في كاس العالم خالص، لان مفيش عدل فيها، واعتراضي داخلي ان انا مش هتفرج على كاس العالم تاني خالص. ان يعني كاس العالم ده مش هتفرج عليه لما ارجع بيتي، ولما ارجع بلدنا مش هتفرج عليه.
Okay, here's what he says. Quote, life is still, and the world is still, not fair. But it's one thing for there not to be any fairness in everyday life, but no fairness in soccer too? No fairness in sports? I'm not convinced by this match. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, it's just hard luck. Good team. Good result for Argentina. No, I won't say such things. I say we were deliberately wrong today. Argentina's victory is totally undeserved. And I hereby promise, once I return home to Egypt, I won't watch the rest of the World Cup at all. Because there's no justice whatsoever in it. Now, notwithstanding that rather childish ending, I'm not going to watch the World Cup anymore. It's really something to hear a man who oversees an entire industry that denies Christians from playing soccer simply because they're Christian complain about how the world is not fair, even in soccer, even in sports. Perhaps God just gave Egypt a teeny tiny taste of its own medicine.